Good evening, folks. This is Darth Rabbit 07 coming to you today with another quick review. Fresh in off the Amazon truck. The onslaught continues. We got the Robots in Disguise 2001 Universe Sideburn in, and I can't wait to get him out of the box. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for subscribing. Thank you for your support. Let's get this turned around and take a closer look at the new Sideburn. And there we have another yet Wave 3 in the house. Looks really, really good. I wish they would redo this show and or update it with that look. I just love the way it looks. We have 18 steps from robot to car and back again. That's not exactly the Dodge Viper that we knew or what we remember, but hopefully we'll see how it does in hand. And the bottom of the box has that right there, pause and scan there to help you with in-store hunts if we can ever get new stuff to come in. We all knew when we got the Shadowverse or Cyberverse Shadow Striker that this is the intended release that we were all looking forward to. Let's get them out of the box.
And fresh out of box, I'm going to start in car mode, as we have seen this before with Shadow Striker from Cyberverse, Legacy Cyberverse Shadow Striker. And I think he does make this look a lot better. As we zoom in and take a look at the details, I love that the insides of the hubs got painted on this and they got actual silver paint there. I love that blue flame decal going down the side. I'll get this up here closer to where you can see it. It's really, really pretty in the direct sunlight. The back end is still weak as you know what, and then I'm hoping that a third party will come back and fix Shadow Striker and Sideburn's rear end to make it fuller and not have this gappy stuff going on. And in the sunshine, I've been able to squeeze stuff down a little bit, but the back end still pops up that much regardless. So that's a negative for the car mode. But I think that flame decal looks really good. The engine block really looks good. The sprinkly plastic looks pretty good. It's very Sideburn-esque, but I'm worried about this whole piece cracking and breaking over time, as it is that clear plastic once again. I thought we were past it and beyond it, but I guess not. And toy hacks the front because I just think that is appropriate for this Sideburn. Here's a look at the undercarriage and how things clean up. And another thing of note is you go back into robot mode, you may snap those little tabs that lock it in place initially. I did it on Shadow Striker, snap this side, but that's just a little word of warning there. Rolls really, really good, and I also stow. If you look inside of there, you can see the guns down inside of there. That's the way I prefer to stow my Sideburn and Shadow Striker. And speaking of Shadow Striker, let's get her on the turntable next to him and let you see the mold mates in their full glory side by side, how they look. Both of them got that gappy thing that's just goofy. And now that you can see the back end, the taillights are not painted on Sideburn, they are on Shadow Striker. It's kind of aggravating, but then the hubs are not painted on her. And I'm sorry, that's not purple hubs, it's just ugly is what that is. Looks a lot better on Sideburn. I'm not a fan of that. Wish they'd have stuck with the pinwheel thing and what have you, but what can you do, guys? But that's about going to do it for the car mode. Let's get these two transformed and take a look at Sideburn's robot mode. This is where I feel Sideburn definitely shines in the sunshine, looking like his old 2001 self in this new legacy form. And he's got his little knife weapon thing that you can add a blast effect to, make it a lightsaber. You got the little bit that can fit in on the arm. You can add a blast effect there if you want to have some battle damage. Or this little thing right here doesn't have to be held or shot with. It can fit in on the back side here with the peg on the bottom that's on it. You can get that in there and store it away if you decide to. I like how the doors act more like a cape this time around. Looks really, really good. And I can't remember if the head was a different color blue all the way around, but there's two different kind of colors there on the head. And we'll get this in here real quick and take a look at it there. Let you see that. It is beautiful. You get all the way around on the head, so like when you do the transformation, you don't have the head staring outside of the car there. You have these weird shoulder joints that you can get up here and do this kind of like T-pose this way. You got an upper bicep swivel that lets you take advantage of the other articulation bits. And you got an elbow bend and a wrist swivel. As I've demonstrated right here, you got that stuff, you got that. And he's pretty cool for what it is. This is just an awkward little shoulder joint, but it works for what it is. And getting this across, The paint detail is absolutely fantastic on the engine block. It looks really great. I love the paint detail right there on the waist crotch wheel they're using. When you get it back up to a full T, you can get the full van damage. So you got the full Mr. T full van damage. And then you do get a waist swivel, but you got to move the butt skirts out of the way. You get a waist swivel all the way around there as needed. You can kick back that far as the skirts can go back. You can disengage it and get it to go back further. Then you got this far forward with the articulation, that much in the knee, and then you get ankle tiltage and some forward like this due to transformation. You can't do anything backwards because the way that is on that pin there, and that does that there. So that's about going to do it for old Sideburn's articulation. I like how that backpack cleans up and clips into place. The clear plastic does wear me over time, and this one seems to hang on to things better than his mold-made counterpart Shadow Striker. So let's get them on the table together there and let you see the duo together on the turntable and how they look from the back side. Definitely more purple now, not as much blue, different kind of blue. Makes it really pop. Love having both of these there together. And if I can find a tiny Autobot symbol like I did this, I'll put it over that white tempo there, because I want to say in the show it was like gold even, or like it was, you know, red and white. I don't like the way that looks there. But like I said, they're identical there on their stuff and their flaws. And it's just really, if you like this mold, up to you there, whether you want to get it or not. Let's get this guy in some final thoughts. Some final thoughts on Sideburn here. Is this for everybody? No, but as a fan that found this guy back in the day alongside his brothers on the shelf at GameStop, or maybe it was Babbage's back in 2001. It might have been in between there, but I found all the Autobot brothers on the shelf and that kind of thing, and that's the kind of thing that drives me crazy about the Legacy line. We've got this guy now. We're going to have to wait a bit more to get his Commander or Omega Prime there, or Optimus and Ultra Magnus whenever the HasLab ships. And I want to say that won't be till like next March that we get that in, so that's kind of aggravating. I'm hoping that we get an X Brawn and a Prowl to go with this guy, and then the eventual powered up versions have got to be coming, because this actually rocks in my opinion. Outside of the negatives with those knee tabs maybe getting ready to crack and break, even on this one, the way it is with the white paint, but I do believe it's going to be blue underneath, because that's how Hasbro rolls with that. I really am not crazy about the clear plastic or those little tabs, and in car mode with it not tabbing together all two completely, but what can you do? It's still a great version of Sideburn. If you're a fan of Sideburn, this thing does not disappoint. It's just got those minor flaws. That said and done, make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. That's going to wrap up the 2001 Robots in Disguise Autobot Sideburn, guys. Y'all have an excellent week out there. Until all are one.